Hey there, Madeline. Hope you're doing well this morning. All right. So today is going to be one of the first really more interactive classes that we've done. So if you feel comfortable and you want to play around with Canva as we're doing the class, feel free to do so. You'll just want to start by going to canva.com, canva.com. And we'll probably end up actually starting the teaching portion of this probably in about 9 or 10 minutes or so. I just want to give everyone a chance to log in or hop on here on the call and then create an account if necessary on Canva as well. And we're going to work on creating a template and a post today as well that you could use for social media. And we're going to be going over the creation of that, and I'll show you where the inspiration came from, because the one we're creating today just came from another agent in my office that he posted, and I liked the idea. So that's what we'll be doing today, but we'll give everyone, we got people filing in here. So we'll get started officially at about 10:10 or so. But if y'all do want to pull up your Canva and create an account if necessary, or if you already have one, just get logged into Canva. That will help speed up the process so we can all be working together today. And just so I'm aware, I'm not sure, kind of gauging y'all's level of how much you've used it. Have y'all played with Canva before? Have you not heard about it until I mentioned it? Have you heard about it, just not used it yet? Do you use it all the time? Where are y'all at? Even if it's just in the chat, let me know where y'all are at, just so I know for my teaching and everything. Total beginner for Robert. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Well, this will definitely be a fun and beneficial process then, because I was kind of figuring out creation of graphics and things like that, and this was before designs at the time. But yeah, Canva is an awesome tool to use in, I'd say, next to, like, running with, parallel with designs, because there are just some elements of it that it allows you to use that just aren't built out in Canva yet, or in I'm sorry, in designs yet. So get Kevin in here. So for y'all that are just joining, feel free to go ahead and log on, open up a new window on your computers and go to canva.com, canva.com, and feel free to go ahead and create an account if you have not, or if you've not used it before. Patricia, Lynn, Donna, y'all doing well today? Perfect, perfect. Glad to hear it. Well, not hear it, but see it. All right, Cindy on here. So we'll give it a few more minutes. If we've slowed up in a couple minutes and don't have many more people hopping in, then we'll go ahead and get started. But I want to give everyone, I know a start time on a Zoom call really means give it 10 to 15 minutes of buffer, and that's when we'll get the meat and potatoes of everyone on the call. All right. Well, it looks like we've slowed up, so I'll go ahead and start sharing my screen. We'll go ahead and just get started. And today, like I said, it's going to be more interactive than most of the other classes. The other ones have been a lot of me speaking and me teaching and me doing the activity on my end of the computer and y'all seeing how to do that. But today I want to be more interactive. I want you to ask me questions as we're going throughout this, and just let me know, hey, what is a brand kit? Oh, okay, show me this again. What does this mean? Feel free to do that. I want to make sure that y'all have a good understanding of the value that Canva can add to you and your businesses by the end of this call. So do not be hesitant at all to hop on. For those of you that just joined, real quick, this will be the last time I say it, feel free to go ahead and open up a new tab and open Canva. We're going to be working together, creating something together at the same time simultaneously today. And so I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and that we're all got our windows open and everything as we're going. And you can create an account if needed, or if you just need to log in, feel free to do that. So we've slowed up a little bit, so I'll go ahead and start sharing my screen, and then we will get going from there. All right. Perfect. So everyone should see my website. Can I get some thumbs up? So make sure everyone sees everything correctly. We see my webpage. Perfect. So where we're going today and what we'll be doing all of our work in is canva.com, canva.com there at the very top. You see that? So you'll want to go ahead and get logged in there. And I'm going to talk about a few different things right now first, just to let you all create an account if you do need to, and take a few minutes for that. So there's a bunch of different parts of Canva that we'll be going through today here on the left side of the page. And also, I'll show you, I'll just scroll down the home page right here so that you can all see this as well. You can see all the different types of designs you're able to create with Canva. So on your homepage here, when you just go into the website, this is what you're seeing. So if you scroll left to right here on create a design, these are all the different types. So an animated social media post, see that shop right there that's moving, or you can do some stuff with video. It is nothing like creating a full-on virtual tour for a home. So that's why I've not recommended Canva for that. Let's get Chris in here real quick. We've also got Facebook, Instagram posts, logos, presentations, all this type of awesome stuff for you too. And then you can also, if you want to see more of that, you can actually just scroll down and get more of the options of all the pre-created templates that are here in Canva. You can also create logos. I know an agent in our office that I'll show you a post he made that we'll be working off of today. He actually created his real estate team's logo here in Canva and saved it from there. So if you don't want to pay somebody the big change to create a logo for you, you can do that. Also got flyers, social media, lots of different options here. And one funny thing I will show y'all, if you know about Zoom virtual backgrounds, if you don't, look at Kyle. If you open up all of your participants on this call, you can see Kyle's got a little cruise ship virtual background going on there. And so in Zoom, in case y'all are unaware, it has an option to kind of green screen you and put a background behind you. Margaret does it for all of her calls at WOW, if you haven't seen that. So anyway, why I'm bringing up those Zoom virtual backgrounds. Yep, you were at the beach and we're all jealous about it, Kyle. For the Zoom backgrounds, you can scroll down here to almost the bottom of the page, and they have some Zoom virtual backgrounds as well that you can download from Canva if you do want to. For me, I'm coming up to the office here to do these calls for y'all. If I was at home, you know, with my dog and just everything going on there, I would probably be using one of these virtual backgrounds. So if that's something that y'all want to look into, feel free. You can use an image or a video, and it's just in the settings portion of your Zoom account when you're on the website or on the app for Zoom. So anyway, you have that funny option there. Just if you did want to do that, you know, get a little trippy with all the different options in there. Let's see our chat. Chris says it hides my messy bookshelves. I am totally right there with you. My bookshelves are so messy, I actually have to leave my home. I don't trust myself. So, all right. So here is just Canva and kind of what it can offer for you. Some, you know, desktop wallpapers, things like that. Some YouTube stuff as well. So lots of different options. Honestly, too many to just go over in one sitting. Let's see. Kyle said, I used to do different backgrounds when I would do Zoom meetings from my bedroom office. People would ask, am I in your bedroom? That's funny. So y'all may remember me mentioning this a few times on past calls. When I talk about KW Connect, there's a marketing and style guide. If you're not aware of what that is or where it is, I'm going to show you real quick. So if you go and log into kwconnect.com, kwconnect.com, if you log in here, I'm going to show you all where to find this marketing and style guide, because it's going to play into branding and colors and having the right KW colors, all that type of stuff, okay? So you go to kwconnect.com first, and then you tab over to resources right here. So I've hovered my mouse over resources, and I'm going to scroll down to marketing. So resources, then marketing. And when I click on that, the first one that pops up right here is logos and branding. We're going to click on that. And right here, this first big thing right here is the identity and style guide. And this was updated in 2019. I'll show you that in a minute. This is also the same page that you go to get your DBA logo. So if you go in through command and you're getting to your marketing and style profile through connect, this is the same page it pops up. So this is just the other way to get there. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and click just on the big logo for it and see it says updated July 17th, 2019. The reason that's important is I just noticed this when I was looking at it this morning. I had the 2018 version saved, and I guess they do this every year or so. But see, notable updates that they changed in 2019 was they actually updated the red color code to more closely match what the red actually is on the print version. So the reason that matters to me is I actually already had my brand colors set up in Canva for about 2 years now. So when I noticed that, I said, oh, okay. So I actually had to go in and change my red this morning. That was just something I had noticed on this. So you can hit download. It would go to your desktop and download right there. I've already pulled it up right here. And so on page 31 is where the color palette is. And so anyway, I'll show you more of it real quick. I'm just going to mute whoever is unmuted right now. Let's see, I'm hearing a little echo on my end. Just make sure everybody's muted. Good to go. Okay, perfect. All right. So yes, here's the identity and style guide updated in 2019. And here's the little overview of everything that's in here. It tells you where to put certain logos, what you can't do, what you can do, the sizing, for your yard signs. It's got all these different, yard signage and number 2, DBA logo, primary logos, color palettes, the typography, the fonts that they use for the Keller Williams logo, all that different type of stuff can be found in here. And I've found a lot of agents don't know about this resource for them. So for the purpose of this, I won't go through all of this. I'll let you do it on your own, but we're going to go down to color palettes. And I know that was page 31 because we were already there a minute ago. So y'all can feel free to look through this now that you know where to find it. And we're going to go down to the color palette here where we just were. Here we go. So breaks it down nice and easy, very clear to see. We're going to a different chapter here. And on the color palettes, the numbers that I'm talking about, the color code, the way I'm able to get Canva to know what red I'm talking about is this it's a hashtag at the very bottom of all these colors. Can y'all see that? Yeah, this one is all C's and all 6s, all 0s. This red though is very specific. See, it's letters and numbers. So these little hashtags, that's what we're going to be copying and pasting into our brand kits when we're working here in Canva, okay? So I just wanted to make sure that I showed you all that. And then the post that we're going to be going off of, we'll do that in a little bit. I'm going to show you more around Canva real quick before we get started working together, just to give you all some extra time in case you're still creating a login. So we've got a lot of different options here. And at the top, I'll scroll to the top of the page again so y'all can see. When you go to canva.com, you see all the abilities of all these different types of designs you can create. And then also the second thing that's always here is your designs. Everything that I've ever created in Canva is right here on the home page. And you can also go to all your designs as well, the second one, to see the exact same thing. It just gives you a bigger view of the same stuff, okay? So these are all different marketing pieces I've created. Some of these, like right here about open houses and just listed, these were before designs were even created, which I personally prefer designs when I'm marketing listings because the templates are already created for us and we just need to pop in our pictures and change things here and there. You got to fully create everything from scratch in Canva, really for new listings. There's not a ton on the real estate side that I found in the past. So here's where you find all of your designs. We also have templates. And templates here. Now here's where you can find, like we did on the homepage, all different types of already created posts that you just need to put in your information, your photos, your text, all that type of stuff. So if we wanted to do this, You could just search real estate and see what pops up. So you got brochures, business cards, all these types of things. Let's see social graphics. I agree, Mike. It does look great. It's definitely very helpful. So let's just say we were going to do a real estate graphic. And now, to be clear on this, I'm paying for the, I think it's $12 a month, is the Canva Pro. And so you get access to more, just like most of these programs. You get certain things for free, like photos, icons, things like that. And then you pay after that. And it's a free month. I just activated it last night because I had been off of the paid one for a while, just using designs only for a little bit. And so anyway, you can do a free month on Canva Pro. You do have that ability. So if you want to play with it for a month, especially while we're at home right now, you know, might as well mock up some designs for your marketing to beef that up. So what I'm getting at here, though, with talking about the free and paid versions, there are going to be things in here that you see that may not be available to you on the free version. You'll still see them on your end if you were looking at this on your computer. It just tells you, it doesn't say anymore for me, but it would say free, or it would say pro or premium, and it'd have a little yellow crown on these photos and things like that. So no yellow crowns when I'm hovering over anything here. So it doesn't matter to me, but just wanted to let y'all know that there are two versions of it. And we're in a time of cutting costs right now. So I totally understand this not being feasible right now of just to create social media graphics when we already have designs. But if you're at a point where you'd like to just try to learn something new, something for your tool belt, feel free to dive in. So this is something nice and clean. They've definitely upped their game. So anyway, they've got a lot of different options here. This was one of the ones I played with earlier. So anyway, you've got all these different types of templates, and that was just real estate right there. We could just go back just to templates, and you could, if you knew you wanted to make an Instagram story, well, those are very narrow and very tall. An Instagram story. So you wouldn't make an Instagram post template for a story because it would stretch it out like crazy. If you need Facebook coverage for your business page as well, lots of different options in here. We've also got photos. And the cool thing about Canva is it has literally millions of photos that are free for you to use. Now free being if you pay for the Canva Plus, you get all of the photos. If not, you just get certain ones and it accredits them here. But you can just see, obviously, with it being April right now, Easter photos are trending. We've got Jewish star right there. So all these different types of license-free pictures that maybe not real estate related that you would use, but say we wanted to just find a picture of a house and just use that. And we could even say, I just saw one that said house for sale. Do that. And so you can select between free and premium, or we can just do the free ones, or we can do premium ones as well and only see those. But say we wanted to make a graphic with some hands and keys, you do have all these free photos. That way you're not going to Google. You never want to go to Google and download something just to use for marketing, just because if it's not your photo and you don't have permission to use it, it's better to go with something like this just to protect your own butt for compliance and things like that. So maybe house for sale wasn't what we wanted to do, but let's say it was just house. You know, make a great caption or a getaway quarantine joke post about this, you know, away from all your neighbors up in the mountains. You could do something funny with that. So lots of different photo options in here as well for you. And we've also got some apps in here. And ironically, I use a lot of these apps already, but these are to integrate with Canva. So if you had a Bitmoji, if you even know what that is, that's more of a Snapchat thing, but a little animated you, kind of like on the iPhone 10 and up. I think you have an Animoji, a little animated you cartoon version. That's the same thing there. If you wanted to add emojis, if you wanted to pull in photos from Dropbox, you can integrate your Facebook, GIFs, all these different things. Google Maps, I'm not sure what you'd use with Google Maps on here. You also have enhancements to your images if you wanted to get really funky and creative. There are these kind of cookie cutter, you can pixelate an image, do all these different things with your images as well. This part down here is probably the most effective for us as realtors. The bottom part, supercharge your workflow. I use Box for personal things. It's just like Dropbox or Google Drive. You could integrate your LinkedIn or your MailChimp. You can save your designs to your files in MailChimp for use there. You can also hook up your Pinterest, your Slack for chatting, things like that if you're using Slack for your team. can you edit some of the captions on these pictures? Well, Mike, these right here aren't pictures, but yes, we can edit anything on the templates that we were just in, or the photos. A photo is just going to be a photo, obviously, but on these templates, we can edit pretty much everything. These just right here aren't editable. These are more tools, like if you needed to post to Twitter, you could integrate with that. So yes, we'll get into that here in just a sec. It does work with OneDrive, Chris. You can integrate that. It was right here. So if you use OneDrive solely, I use Google Drive, but whatever floats your boat, you could upload or use it that way. Because I have Google Drive on my desktop already, I'm happy to just upload from there. But if I didn't, and I was using the desktop version, the online version, I might want to have OneDrive connected, because you have to download from the internet and then upload to Canva if you're not doing it that way. So anyway, you've got all of that stuff. We've got Brand Kit right here. This is what I was talking about when we pulled up the identity and style guide. Obviously, I already added all these logos in here. That's why you see them. And then brand colors here. This is really what I wanted to show y'all. So on the brand colors right here, I've got a Keller Williams brand and a KWKC, Keller Williams Kids Can, because I'm a Quantum Leap instructor for young adults. These are some of the colors that we use. Navy and kind of a neon green is the color palette for that. But if we go back to that style guide, you'll see here, I'm just gonna pull up and highlight that hashtag and then all the color code right here on the KW red. I'm gonna copy that, and I just hit Control-C. You could right click and hit copy on a PC as well. And when we hit copy on there, we can hit add. And you see right here, we've got our colors, and you can highlight that and move it around. You see all the color codes are changing right here. It changes by literally every point. It's like latitude and longitude in terms of the color code. So we go in here and I paste that. It takes us exactly to that specific shade of red. And I know it's the right one because it matches the one on top, which I did earlier. So again, I went into the marketing and style guide. I went down to page 31. And then on each of these little hashtags, you just highlight it, copy it, and then you click plus and paste. And see, I know that all these colors match up because they're right on top of each other. So that's how you're able to get for when you're branding, and it'll pull in all of those colors whenever we're working with it. This is similar to the Michael Lewis marketing package we are paying for with our office bill. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we used Michael Lewis Marketing Suite for quite a while, and I loved making my business cards with them. I didn't do a lot of social graphic creation with them, so I don't really know what y'all have access to. I didn't play with it enough when we had it. We didn't have it for that long as an office. But yeah, if you've got that and that's what you'd prefer to go to, cool. Just want to give you all some other options for your tool belt here. So obviously I uploaded all of my logos as well. Got those on Connect, which was just back here, KW Connect, marketing, logos and branding. So that's where I got all of this. I could also do the fonts. I have not added the KW font, but I guess we could do that. We could also upload as well. And then one more thing I'll show you all real quick before we get started so that we can work together. Design School right here. Especially because this class today is more tailored to beginners with Canva that may or may not have played with it, and you may or may not have done much marketing at all social media wise. Maybe you didn't have to until you were a realtor. The Design School would be a great resource for you to go to, just for an easy place to come to. This will show you Canva in the classroom. So if you were a teacher and you wanted to utilize Canva in a classroom setting, or you want to learn about social media mastery, you can click on these free courses and it will show you video tutorials. And so,
hey, I'm Kat. Welcome to Canva Design School.
In this, going to talk over me, but you can go through these lessons here on the side. You see that about all these. So if you just have time that you want to spend on learning some new stuff just about Canva, about just video creation, content creation in general, y'all can do that. So again, I was on just Canva's website, and then on the left side of the page, go down to Design School. That's where I'm at in Design School right now. And there's a lot of different ones, design basics, branding your business, if this was for a presentation. And so you can do all these different types of tutorials in here as well. So I just wanted to make sure I showed you all this, just if you want to up your comfortability with just all of this in general. I know this may be newer to some of you, and just being flexible on doing these new things. I think that'd be a great resource for you, is the design school inside Canva itself. We also have folders right here, so you can share designs with people. So if you have a team and you all have Canva logins, you can do that. I had one shared with me during a class when I was learning Canva. So this was something someone shared with me, and anything that is shared with you is actually shared in Canva, kind of like Google Drive. So it'll always save it in here. So if I had 30 different things that were shared with me through Canva, I would have all 30 of them right there. So you will have that option, as well as your uploads, all my logos, if I've liked any pictures. So right now I don't have any likes, but I could start browsing right there. And if I'd found certain house pictures I liked, I could like those. So if I had found one that I really wanted to use for my marketing, let's say I was going to make this joke post about, being quarantined away from all your neighbors in the mountains, I could hit this little heart right here and like it, and then it added to saved. So I can now go into likes and see, oh yeah, I did like that photo. Let me use that for this post or that post. All right, so do we all feel comfortable with kind of the layout of design, or of Canva rather, and feel good starting on working something together now? Okay, perfect. So we're gonna start off today by creating a, yes, go ahead, I hear someone talking.
Pull stuff off your Google Drive and put it into Canva.
Say that one more time.
You can pull your pictures off of Google Drive and put it into Canva.
Yes, you can. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check actually before I say hardcore yes. Apps, and then we had Dropbox there. Google Drive right here. Yes, you see that, Chris? Mm-hmm. Over there on apps, it's on the first one, design with your favorite media. On the far right, you can integrate with Google Drive. I'm not going to do that for today's post because we're going to be doing more of graphic based on how the market is doing. I've seen a lot of these posts that are, yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself again.
Sounds good, Chris. Thank you. All right, y'all. So we'll go ahead and get working on this one. That's set up. So let me show you on Facebook real quick first where this inspiration is coming from. You may have seen other realtors in your life on Facebook post this as well, or something similar. But these, how's the market doing? These posts right now are doing a great job of letting the public know, hey, y'all, real estate is still moving. Like, even though everything you're reading and hearing on the news sounds like we're going to do a tailspin, homes are still selling, buyers are still buying, sellers are still selling, tenants are still getting into leases. Everything is still happening as it should. It's just those that cannot at the moment. So we're going to recreate something like this using data from the MLS. So for me, it's MetroTex. For y'all, I'm not sure if you're MetroTex or if you're with, I think it's CCAR. So you will be pulling up the data on whichever MLS you're associated with. But anyway, so we're going to create something kind of similar to this. So if y'all want to work on this with me together, I recommend it if you feel comfortable pulling up your own Canva, and we'll just work on this together. I'm going to pull this over here now that we're going to be working. And one thing about Canva also is if you start editing a design, it will always open a new window with that design. I don't know why, and it kind of annoyed me at first. Now I just know it's how it goes, but you'll see what I mean here in a minute. So we'll create a design. And let's say this one was going to just be a Facebook post, okay? So y'all see what I did? Create a design, Facebook post, and you could also type in Facebook if you wanted to as well, and you wanted to do a Facebook ad or a video. You could choose any of those, but we're going to be selecting a Facebook post today. And when I click on that, that's what I was talking about. It opens up a new tab with our project. So if you were working on 15 different things at once, you could. Don't recommend it, but you could. And then here we have all of our options. We've got, so see here, Canva knows they've got coronavirus Facebook posts. So here are, so just for y'all to not even have to put in any effort and create anything, you could literally click on this. All right, I'm going to minimize some of this on my. All right. All right. So if you wanted to, this could literally be a post that y'all did if you wanted to. And these are already created. I didn't do anything other than click Facebook post, and then these all popped up. You could literally do that and then go in here into your, over here on the left side of the page, scroll down to folders, and then go to logos. And let's say I was actually happy with that. I really like that graphic. I'm going to go ahead and drop on a, let's say we're going to drop on a Mundy Group logo. I mean, you could post something quite literally. You could post that and say, hey, everyone here at the Mundy Group, hopes y'all are staying safe and social distancing and, you know, taking care of your families. Hope all is well. Let me know if I can drop off any groceries to you. Something like that could be so easy to make a post. And like I said, I didn't put in any effort at all on creating this. This is not even what I came in here to show y'all and to create. This is just all the coronavirus stuff that they have. So that was back up here on templates. If you don't remember where I was, all these things here on the left side of the page. I was up in templates, and then I clicked on coronavirus Facebook posts. So all those different options there. So
Now, Clark, I'm not seeing
yes.
logos in my folders. I just have purchased and likes, and then I've got. It looks like I have
Okay.
to pay. If it's got the crown, is that what's free, or is that what you have to pay for?
I believe the crown is premium, meaning that's what you have to pay for. So maybe you can't upload logos unless you have the premium version, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe I just created a folder is what I did over here in the folders section.
Uh,
So I'll back
okay.
up real quick. I might have just gone into folders and then create, let me see. I can't see all my stuff. Create a new folder and then logos. You could do that and then just go back to your folders and it would drop in right here. So yeah, if you don't have your own logos, I don't think I created that because I didn't put in that little CO period. So I'm not sure where it would be. Not right there, but you could just upload it yourself and make your own. So anyway, we'll go ahead and hop over here back to create a design. We're doing our Facebook post. And so here, so we've got all of our templates right here, all these different types of already created graphics that would be very easy to just change a thing or two about them. And then we also have our photos. So we can pull in any photos we wanted to here from Canva's library. So yes, the crown right here is Pro. So let's see. So here for me, it says as a Canva Pro subscriber, you get this image, premium image for free. So see that crown with the white right there? That's what a Pro photo or image or anything like that looks like. And we've also got elements here. Elements are awesome for little graphics. They've got coronavirus ones. I noticed this earlier as well. They've got all these coronavirus and healthcare worker graphics right now as well in the elements. You could go through that. So see all these different kinds of options, just a crazy, ridiculous amount of things in here for y'all to play with. We've also got grids, and anything you see with a background that's green and blue like this, any of these frames here as well, these are all to add photos to, okay? So for backgrounds. So just so that y'all are aware about that. So let's say for this one, let's see here. How would I want to do this? Let's say we were going to do this one. So I'm just going to pick this grid right here. So I'm over here on elements and I scroll down to grids. I'm scrolling over and I'm going to pick one with a big picture on the left and then two smaller ones on the right. So I'm going to select this one. So big picture on the left, two smaller squares on top of each other next to it. And y'all feel free to let me know if I'm going too fast at any point at all in this, okay? Just let me know, no worries at all. If I am. And we also have in here, when you click on anything that you're wanting to edit in Canva, we've got up here as well, we've got our options for publishing and saving, downloading, sending it straight to Twitter, Slack, things like that. You can just post away right through Canva if you want to. You can also download it, you could share it, and that could be sharing it with a person and anyone with the link can edit it, or if you just want them to view it, or you can share this link to use as a template as well, and that's only in the Pro version. So say I created an awesome, post template and I wanted to share it with members of my team or just friends in my office, I could do that. Is a grid like a background? Patricia, a grid is basically a layout that they've already pre-created with boxes to drop in photos. So on this one, this is a photo box, this is a photo box, and this is a photo box. Click off of there. So all these three are basically placers for an image if I wanted to. I'm not going to place 3 images today. We're just going to do one, but this was the easiest way just to show y'all how to do this. So we've also got, if I click back onto this, we've got spacing. I could choose different spacing between the grids. See it quite literally moving in front of us right there. You could take that spacing to 0. They had it at 10 right there just to have a little bit of white space between. You could also change your colors and see here's where your branding and logos come into play. So it looks like these are crowns, meaning they're premium. So I guess having your own branded colors would be part of the premium package. And then you've also got default colors in another palette as well. We can duplicate things. We can change the positioning, which you'll see as we edit and go through there. You can also link it to external websites. You can lock things down as well and delete. So let's say we were going to go over here into photos. And let's say we're going to say house for sale. If you had your own listing, you could upload that, and that would be right here in the upload section. Down here on the left side of the page, uploads. You could do that, and you can see photos from other homes our team has listed or helped clients close on in the past. So you can use your own uploads as well. Can you share your color palette for Keller Williams? Let's see. That's a great question, Chris. Now, because it's premium, I would assume not, but let's see here. So I'm going to go over one page real quick, and let's go down here into brand kit. So if I go to brand kit and scroll down, I can only reorder and delete. I cannot share this, Chris, unfortunately. So I assumed with that being a premium part of Canva that they wouldn't allow it, but yeah, so just unfortunate on that. I wish I could share it with y'all because I totally would, but I did want to show y'all your other way to get to it as well with the style guide. So we'll pop back over here. Now let's see, here's our design. So we could use an upload from a listing that we had, or we could do a photo from right here in the photo section as well, if you wanted to do that. So let's say we were going to do that. So I'm going to grab this photo right here. And obviously this one is not the correct framing for this picture, but let's just say we were happy with that, okay? And let's say, so we were going to do this, and then maybe let's add a few boxes as well. So we'll go over here to elements, and now I know I'm creating based off of something that I've already seen in my head, and we're using really from this Facebook post right here, right? This is what we're using as our kind of baseline here. So I'm going to want to include 3 things. I like that he did new listings, under contracts, and solds. I like that. So let's make sure that we're going to do that. So we're going to go to shapes here. And this is kind of where, as you're playing around with it, things may seem funky if you've never played with any graphic design before. So it'll just take some time getting used to. You can either click and it'll pop up, or you can drag as well. Okay. To change the color of any of your shapes right here, you can just go to the top left and select your colors. And I'm going to do black for this first one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to resize this. Delete this one real quick because we don't need that. But I'm going to resize this right here. And I just want to overlay that so that we have some options. All right. So let's say I wanted to do 3 of those. So we want to do that one, but let's change the color on that. Let's do the KW red on that middle one. And then let's paste one more. And we can do, change that color. Let's say we're going to do a light gray on that one. And see, so for this one, I was just kind of going for something symmetrical here. So this is just very simple and clean, just adding shapes to these. So we've got 3 shape boxes right there, which is great. So now we can go over to icons real quick. So actually, no, let's do our text first. Let's keep it simple. We'll do finishing touches once we get there. But let's go over to text now. If you're playing along with me, we'll click on text. And let's see, first, let's see, I'm going to change the opacity on this picture first, because I'm going to add some text over it, and it's going to look pretty harsh having text right over this image. So I'm going to go right here. This is what the transparency is, not opacity. Transparency on this one. You can select the picture. You can also frame by double clicking. And I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to change some transparency. I'm going to drop that down to about 70. So see, we're at 100. You can see very bright and colorful. But I'm going to drop that down to about 70, just for the purpose of this creation. So we've got some opacity on there now. So let's add in a heading. You could also, if you wanted any of these specific font combinations, you can click on those and it pulls them up all linked together. You can also unlock them as well. So lots of different options here. Our chat says. Okay, sounds great, Mike. Hope you have a great one. Thanks for hopping on the call today. So all these different options in here that y'all can play with. But let's just say we're going to change this to weekly, and I'm going to do all caps on this. Weekly market recap. All right. So here, let's see, we're going to change our font up here. I'm going to make that a lot smaller. Let's see, 28, that looks better. So on your sizing, if you're wanting things to be different sizes, you can choose one of these font combinations right here. If you want, you know, larger and smaller font, or you can create it yourself by doing a heading and then a subheading and a little body of text and so on. Or what I'm going to do, because I actually like this font, I just want it to be smaller. I'm going to Control-C, Control-V on a Mac, or copy-paste for you. And I'm going to change this one down to maybe like 18 and say, in all caps again, in the and let's see, I'm going to also add today's date because we want the public to know what day we're getting this information from. So 4/21/20. Let's see, I say I wanted to make that a little smaller, go down to maybe 14 on that, we'll say. So here's our weekly market recap, past few days, perfect. All right, and then let's see. So we're going to add a heading, and we know that we've had a good amount of new listings. So let's look on the MLS. So for you, it's either it's MetroTex or it's CCAR, whichever it is. But hop on there. So the three pieces I'm looking for are new listings, active option contracts, under contracts, and solds as well. So for new listings here, in my market, we had 707, so I'm going to add that in there. Do 707. Let's make sure we change that color because we don't want black on black now, do we? So we'll change this one to white, this one. We're going to do that. And then I'm going to copy paste. We're going to make this guy smaller though. Let's say we wanted to go down to 35 on the size there. Cool. So we had 707 new listings. And now from here, the thing I like about graphic creation is once you've done it once, you can pretty easily do it again. So we just made this easy little template. We're going to do 3 of these for this post. So I'm going to copy this and paste it 2 more times real quick. And 1 more time. And then we'll just change our numbers to make it easier. We'll paste that. Making sure everything lines up. Canva's awesome. If you see these little purple lines right here on the kind of around these numbers and words, it'll tell you if you're lining up. So even if your eye can't grab it, it'll tell you that you're in line or not in line with everything that you're needing to do. So we had 707 new listings. We had 823 under contract. So we can just change that number now and then change this to under contract. If y'all are playing along, do y'all have any questions as you're working on this so far? Just figured I'd check with you as we're doing this. We have 555 sold. Let's say instead of sold, I don't like the word sold, but let's say closings. Bam. All right. You can, Kyle asked, can you duplicate the slide / copy, or can you duplicate the slide, copy it to start on a different listing, correct? Kyle, do you mind unmuting, just making sure so that I understand? Because yes, we can upload or duplicate as well, but feel free to just unmute and talk to me. Let me know what your question is.
I see a duplicate button, but I was just wondering, like, right after we do this, is there any way to just boom, copy another one so you don't have to start that over, I guess?
So, okay, so to get, yes, we can do what you're asking. So the duplicate button, what you're asking about, see how I highlighted the 707? You can, instead of copy pasting, I just do that by habit because I know the keystrokes. You can click duplicate and it's the same thing. This is paste. So if you want to do that, you can, and then I'm Command Zing, which is undo right now. So yes, duplicate is just paste. So if you don't want to do right click copy, right click paste, or the keystrokes with it, you can just do duplicate. Now to answer your question, say we wanted to make this, but for, you know, once a week or something like that. If I were you, what I would do is I would create this. So say you wanted to make something. So let me finish out adding some logos real quick, and then we'll get to that. Because I'm going to add some icons here too before we get there. So let me do something real quick, and then we'll get to answering that part of your question. The answer is yes, you can duplicate any of your templates, which is great. I'll show you real fast how to do that. Back on Canva's homepage and into My Designs, you can just hover. So this one I made about virtual buyer and seller consultations right now. You can just hover over the 3 dots. You can make a copy, which is the duplicate that you're asking about. You can move it to a folder. You can download it. You can get a link. You could like it. You can move it to the trash. And so what we'll do is we'll build it out completely. You're welcome, Kyle. We'll build it out completely, and then I'll show you to make duplicates of this, you know, how you would do so. So now that we've gotten that in there, let's see. What else should we add? Let's add some icons on there to make it look clean. So we're going to go to Elements. And once we're in Elements, we can scroll down. Got all these different types of things. But we're just going to do a search, and I'm just going to look for, I'm looking for a house icon. So let's see. I'm just going to type in house and see what pops up. Again, because I have the premium or pro version, I'm going to have things like this house that says pro that I'm going to have access to that you won't at this time. So just so that y'all are aware. But let's scroll down here. Let's just see some of these options that we have. Oh, we did have houses. Let's see what the problem is. Houses. Let's see. Decided to be finicky on me. There we go. Okay, so here's a bunch of different options. Okay, it's being difficult right now. But let's say we were happy with this house. I'm going to click on that one, and I'm going to change the color of this to white because we're going to have that one right up here. And let's change that sizing so it's not as overwhelming. So all right, perfect. So let's say I'm happy with that. We've got my new listings graphic in there. Let's see for contract. What do we have for under contracts? Let's see here. Okay, so I'm guessing it may be my internet here. It may just be Canva's website right now. I'm not sure. You can also search by color right here. I just click these little lines and dots to the right of the X. Then you could search if you were looking for blue items or animated ones only, or static, or only free, or only pro. You could apply those filters. I'm not sure why it's being difficult. Let's see if maybe we've just got too many of these open. Let's see. Oh, well, it keeps running away from me. Let me see what the chat says real quick. How do you make the window you are working in bigger? Are you talking about for editing, Chris? If you did do that, down here on the bottom right, you can see we could go full screen and see what we've created. So this shows you what you've created in a full screen mode. Or you can also change the zoom, and I've got it to fit just automatically. You could also have it to fill. See, it'll change it. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click that. But for this one, I'm just going to go to fit right now. But say we wanted to change that zoom and we wanted to go to 75. See, it got a little bigger. And you can also just click in there and go to 100%. See, so you can change this. You can move that back over. And so anyway, you have a lot of different options here, Chris. If you wanted to get really, really close, like if I'm editing something down to like making sure these lines of the black and the red are on top of each other and symmetrical. See, like I want to make sure all those symmetrical. If this is off by that much and I had to zoom in to see that, I would want to know that. So see, if I went back to fit, right off the bat, I can see that just because I have the eye for it. But I'm going to go, oh, dang it, that one's wrong. Okay, zoom back into 300 and let's move that sucker over. So I hope that helps out there, Chris, to answer that question. But I always just work off of the fit version from my view. So let's go back to elements real quick and let's see if I can get a contract to be nice and play. Okay. So lots of different options in here, as y'all can see. See, we've got animated ones as well if you were kind of uploading a video. But let's say we're going to do this one and we want it to be white to go with the coloring. Bam. So we like that under contract. Those are a little close together though. So let's move these guys over. You can also rotate like that as well. And then let's do sold. Okay. Let's see, instead of under contract, let's say we wanted to say new. I like it better, new contracts. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so sold's not working, so we're just gonna, for the sake of time, say we were happy with this. And then so we've got our weekly market recap. And then let's make sure, obviously we're gonna need our logos on here as well. So if I go down to folders and logos for myself, I'm going to want to make sure I've got my KW logo, and I can either use the one for your office or just the regular. Up to you. No, that one's a little too light. Let's see, we'll just do the full-on white version for this one. Oh, so see what I did? So the thing to know about these grids when you have photos on things, when you're moving around, see how it went all white? It thinks I'm asking it to drop in this white logo as the entire photo. So that's what it thinks I'm trying to do, which I'm not. So one thing you can do if you have that issue is I'm going to click on this and click lock. And now I can move things over and they won't, you can lock down a grid basically so that you're not editing in it in the future. So let's say I was happy with that. My KW logo in there. Let's get one of my team logos as well. Not sure what just happened there. Let's see. There we go. All right. So we got logos and everything in there. And then we'd want to say also on this as well, I'm going to make one more of these and I'm going to unbold it. Let's see, actually, this may just be that font. Let's see. Open Sans. Let's see. So this was Open Sans Extra Bold. I'm going to do one that's just normal. And oh, I lost my light. Here we go. All right. And we also want to be letting the public know, be sure to let them know where you got these stats from. So for this one, I'm going to say stats pulled from North Texas MLS. We want to make sure that we're letting our people know where they're getting their information. And let's say I want to do the light version. I want to actually change that to the light version. Perfect. So this was kind of the basics of just going through and creating it. So if we were done here with everything, we were happy with what we made. I mean, I think that's a pretty good graphic right there, just for spending about a half hour on it, working with y'all. And maybe you even had on there for specific neighborhood data, you know, contact me. Let's put that on there too, because now that we have the ability to use snaps and things like that, let's say that we wanted to have that. Let's add one more heading. Actually, we'll delete that one. We'll just copy this one. So I just duplicated, like I was telling y'all earlier. For neighborhood specific data, please contact. All right. So let's say I wanted to have something like this on there so that my people can be sure that they're getting, okay, there we go. Say I wanted that there in the middle just to have a little pop there. Perfect. All right, so I want to hear from y'all. Were y'all working on this with me? Was this more y'all watching me do it and just asking questions as we went? Does this seem simple enough to do on your own? How do we feel about this? Do you want me to cover something else that I may have glossed over too quickly, or you want me to double check? Let me know. I want to hear from y'all real quick.
Well, I want to see a video of this, because I didn't catch how we did the little black, red, gray.
Okay, so what I did there is over here on the elements on the left side of the page, Chris. I went to elements
And shapes.
Yep, and then I went down to shapes and just chose a square. And then
Uh-huh.
when I chose the square, you see up here we have the colors. This one happens to have a border. We'll choose the one I actually chose. Just this plain one. Up here on the top left then, so once I selected it and moved it over here, I was able to pick my colors from here. So you can also do photo colors if we wanted to photo match. So say we wanted to use the same green or a similar green to this one down here, you can also match from the blue in the sky and the red from that sign and the white from the post.
Okay. And I see now where I can go up to the upper left-hand corner and choose colors. How do what's the number, the hashtag for the KW red again?
Yes, let's look real quick. So on here, it's for the red, for the KW red, it's hashtag CE011F as in Frank. If you want to write that down, feel free.
Does it need to be an uppercase F?
I believe all of it is uppercase, but when you're doing it in Canva, it doesn't matter. It recognizes it either way. I've typed in. I think it honestly defaults to lowercase when you're doing like if we did our brand kit and added a new one.
And that was
it's lowercase.
CE.
Yes, CE011F as in Frank.
And what's the other color we have to use? Is it gray?
There are several options for grays right here. You see, we've got 3 grays and a black as well. Let's see, that's 6 total characters. So the main gray is 3 9s, hashtag, and then 3 of the number 9. I mean, sorry, 6 of the number 9. So for main gray, it's hashtag 6 number 9s. Light gray is 6 letter C's. Medium gray is 6 6s, and black is 6 zeros. And again, that's all here on page 31 of the color and style guide, or the marketing and style guide rather. And let's see, we've got some chats here. Let me see. Okay, good. I'm glad it was helpful, Robert. let's see. Kyle said, trying to see anything different from Michael marketing. Canva's good for text, graphic and just looking for more tool belt stuff in designs. Yep, for sure. And Robert, okay, sounds good, Robert. Hope you have a great one. So yeah, I'd say that this is great for stills. And even if you're doing, like, if you know what a boomerang is for Instagram, you know, those videos, it's like 3 seconds or 2 seconds total. It does it. And then it also does it backwards too. So if you wanted to make something kind of cool and interesting like that, it would technically post as a video because it's animated, but I'll show y'all real quick on templates. Something went wrong. Well, what went wrong? Tell me what went wrong. We just crashed Canva, y'all. So if we go to templates real quick, okay, it's being difficult. This just might not be the day. I've never had an issue with Canva, of course, until I'm teaching a class. So I clicked on animated social media right there. And when I do so, I'm going to show y'all some of these templates as well that are cool, just to speak to something more fun that's going to catch people's attention. Kyle is on these. You see, like on this one, when you hover over it, it shows you the graphic that it's doing. So this one has, you know, it's a square and you can have it pop out that way. This one will shimmer and, you know, have little lines and sparkles and things like that. Let's see. This one's like, let's catch up offline soon. So anyway, you have different options right here. It's not much, but it's something that's moving that will catch people's attention more than just a still photo. So you can do that. So anyway, let me go back to the design we were using real quick. See if we can do charts, lines. I mean, literally anything you can think of like that. If you can see it in your head, there's probably something in Canva that you can probably recreate, or in Michael Lewis Marketing Suite, since y'all already have access to that. You may have similar things in there as well. But anyway, let's say we were happy with this. You know, we've done everything accordingly that we wanted to. If we needed to add new pages, like a back, you know, say we were making a flyer and you were doing a front and back, you would add a new page. This is how you would create the back or the second page of the trifold brochure or whatever it was. So you can add page titles. You can also copy a page. So let's say that I wanted to make this. And then, so actually an even easier way to answer your question, Kyle, to circle back to duplicating. Let's say we wanted to have this one that we made for today. And then we wanted to have a template for that when we want to make this graphic again in the future on different dates. Let's hit this copy page right here. It's going to make a second of the same page right here. Okay. And now I could just, we could either leave the numbers, we could type in 000. I've got all that in there. That would be fine. And then we would just have as of, you know, maybe an all caps insert date. And then now when we've, you know, so we can save that, it saves automatically. There's no magical save button you need to be clicking, by the way, as you're working on these, they save automatically. That's why it opens up a new tab for you. So let's say we were going to go back real quick. And now we can go down to my designs. See right here, it's taking a sec, it's generating it. And let's just see if we can click on it. Perfect. So now y'all can see we've got the top one right here that we created while we did the class. And then here's your little template. So if you ever wanted to come in here and say, okay, I want to make a new one, you could actually have a running post. Technically, you could have this with like 17 different pictures under it, and you could just print the one page. Or if you didn't want to do it that way by duplication, Kyle, you could also come up in here, click on that, make a copy, and it'll say copy of, and then what the name was. So for this one, it was Weekly Market Recap. Is the name that it gave it. You can change the name when you're editing as well. If you click right here up at the top, this is the name of it. So anyway, that's how you make a awesome little social media post with everything going on right now. And then easy way to make a templated version as well. If you wanted to, you know, I would change the picture. I wouldn't make the same boring graphic over and over for posting. Put in some effort, you know, make it look a little nicer. Change it up just so the public is aware of everything that's going on. Yes.
Can you share that template?
Let's see. Yeah, I certainly could. I mean, it's got my team's branding on it. but if we wanted to, I could come in here and actually, let's say, I'm going to keep that one as the one we created. And then I'm also going to, let's see. So since we already duplicated on one of the pages, I'm going to delete, let me minimize y'all real quick. I'm going to delete this one so that it's just the template. Okay. And let's say we template of, okay, so template of weekly market recap right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I back up here, I'm going to make sure on this one I edit real quick. I'm going to delete the template that I had on there so that it's just the post. Okay, perfect. So now when I go into my Canva, here's the weekly market recap. And then I know it shows that there's numbers there and there's not. If we click on that now for the template of it, it should just be, see, all of our templates right here. And then to answer your question, Chris, you could click right here. So say y'all wanted the template, if any of you did, I can click on these three dots, click on get shareable link. And when I click that, it automatically copies to my clipboard, which basically means I can paste it anywhere. So see if I hit Control V right there, it would post the link to that page. And then
Can you post it in the Zoom chat?
Let's see if I can or not. Let's see. Because I know that there's a way to share it with you and there's a way to just make a link so that someone can view the post. So that's how you view the post. Let's see on this one. So move to folder. It's been a minute since I've done this part, so let me play with it real quick while I've got you here live. Let's see, and then download. It wasn't download because this is all of that. And then shared with me. So yeah, I think we could just, so let's see here. Why don't y'all try this? Since we're already on the Zoom call, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a minute and just me. Hey there, everyone. I'm gonna drop this in here and y'all feel free to click on that and tell me if you're able to pull that link up. I just put it in the chat here on Zoom. Try to pull that up and see if you're able to edit the template at all or if it's just viewable. Because let me see real quick. Let me think, because on this one, let me see. I know there was a part, there was a setting somewhere about anyone with link can view or can edit. So let me make sure I've got a setting set correctly for y'all. If it's something that I can do, let's see. Have y'all clicked on that link? How does it work?
I clicked on the link with a computer that's not logged into Canva.
Okay.
And it's not editable. I can touch it, but it's got hashtags all the way through it.
Okay.
Like vertical lines.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
But just on the picture part, but the rest of it.
So on my end, when I have that link, at the very bottom of my screen, there's a pencil button. It says edit or use template. Do y'all have that?
On the one you sent? No.
Yes. So you would have clicked the link. So here, let me share my screen again with y'all real quick.
On the link, I can just share it or download it.
Okay. So for me, I created the link, so I'll paste it again. So that's the link that I just sent y'all. Paste. And it might be because you're logged in, Christopher, to a computer that doesn't have Canva logged in on it right now. Yeah, but on my end, when I do, I've got share. So I can share the design like I did, or I can click this pencil button and click edit or use template. And I can either edit this one or just click use it. I would recommend just clicking use template because then it puts it in your Canva. So when I did that, now you see this is copy of template of weekly market recap. So when I go into my designs now on my Canva account, you see I've got the weekly market recap that we did create, and then the template that we created. Yes, and I see the lines that you're talking about. Like the kind of, yeah, that's interesting. It doesn't have it on the actual photo when you go to print it, Chris, but yeah, I see that you're talking about the lines going side to side. But see, now I've got copy of template of week. So anyway, what I'm getting at here is on that link, if you're using the same computer that you logged into Canva on and everything is all connected, you should be able to use these templates. So I know some of y'all, if you didn't create an account today, feel free to whenever you want to, if you do. But yeah, whenever you get a link shared to you by anybody, you would go and you would click on that. And I believe, I'm not sure because I haven't had a ton of them. I've only had the one shared with me. You would also be able to click right here at the very bottom left of the page on shared with you, right here, shared with you. And you would see the template. So you should be able to see it in there as well.
Page. Give me a second. There you go. So shared with you.
Yeah, you might be able to click there and see it. If it doesn't show up there, I'll have to do some digging on my end and figure out why. But let's see. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to see if y'all had the ability to edit that template or not. If any of you do, I just wanted to see. I don't know if any of y'all do have an account that you can.
I have an account. I've been poking along with you.
Okay.
On my laptop.
Sounds good.
And I know it's past the top of the hour. I don't want to make everybody wait just because I'm trying to figure it out.
We're pretty much done at this point. I just wanted to make sure that I was here for questions and, while you got me live before we put this on YouTube later today. Just want to make sure that y'all felt comfortable with playing around with this and everything.
Clark, can you share it via email with me?
Yeah, let me try that. Let's see if that works while we're here. Let me get over. There's my business one. Perfect. What's your email, Chris?
It's thepricesright@kw.com.
Okay. My RAM is got too many things running again. My computer doesn't like me. The price is right.
Yeah.
At Gmail, you said?
At kw.com.
At kw.com. Perfect. All right. I'm going to make sure that links for you. Bam. Perfect. All right. So I just sent that over to you.
Okay.
So while we're here, might as well try it out and see if it works for y'all. Okay. Perfect. Kyle said it worked for him. He can copy the URL. I'm very happy about that. Awesome.
And where did you find the shared with me portion of your?
So over here just on the home page, canva.com, on the left side of the page, you go down to the second to last thing, trash is at the very bottom, and the one right above it is shared with you.
Well,
it'll be there under folders and likes, under create a team, all those different things.
You got create a team, folders, and trash.
Oh, you don't have shared with you?
No.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I don't even know why I would have that specifically. I shouldn't have anything.
Had you set up your account with the Pro before that, or?
I had it on Pro in the past. So I'm not sure why y'all can't see that. Maybe try clicking folders real quick because it does pop in there as well. I might have just dragged that over there.
Here it is. Shared with you.
There it is. Okay, perfect.
Okay. And mine says you don't have any shared designs. Design shared with you appear here. Get more.
So yeah, try clicking on that link I emailed you and maybe it'll pop up in there, and try refreshing. We'll see if that works. Because I think that should go in there for you. But just in case one of y'all makes an awesome, template while we're here in our quarantine and our social distancing, and you post it on the Facebook group and someone asked about it, you can very easily share with them. So that is one of the beneficial parts of it that I do like, is that it makes collaboration very simple without everyone having to recreate the wheel. Were you able to click on that link, Christopher?
I was, and it opened it up in another window. It doesn't put it into Canva, and it's a share. I can share it again, but I can't put it in my Canva.
So when it opened up, did it pull up as its own link, or did it take you into Canva's
It,
website?
it,
How did it
it did
pull
its
up?
own. It did its own window.
Own window. Okay, so did you see it like this? Did it look like this?
No, it had the hashtags on it again.
Right over here. Did you have a pencil icon right here or no?
I do not.
You don't. Okay.
No, I've got the share, and let's make this smaller again. I've got the share and make it bigger.
Okay.
I'm thinking it was shared differently.
That's probably what it was, because like I said, I haven't shared a ton of templates with people. Let me minimize y'all real quick.
So I'm in the shared with you, and it's suggesting that I get more out of Canva by inviting people you work with. How do you invite people you work with?
Oh, well, that's what I think that's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
Let me see. Let's go to, hang on, let me refresh because I've got all the windows open. Okay. So let's just say it was this template. And then share. Okay, let's try it this way. Here it is. Okay, so we figured out the problem, y'all. Okay, when you're in the post, so not when you're on your home screen, okay? It's when you're in the post that you were editing, you know how we created this. Up at the top of the screen, there's share, okay? When I click share, this is how we get to the shared with you, okay? Just had to refigure it out. So I'm gonna type in the price is right at kw.com, okay? Now I can decide right here if I'm just letting Chris see this, and because for a lot of my classes, it's probably gonna be view, you know, especially like on that buyer and seller data form that I showed y'all from last Thursday about our team's systems. That's something I'm going to share with y'all to see so that you can get an idea of how we did it. But that's something that I want you to make on your own and make it your own. So you can have that ability right here to decide, do I want Chris to view it, or can you make this his own and edit it? So we'll leave it as edit, and we'll hit send invite. And now that I did that, see, your design was shared. So now, if it's the same email account that he created his Canva on, it should be shared in there. So I think it needs to be emailed to the account that the Canva's logged in with. So
Most likely.
yeah, and if you send it to the wrong email, you could just download and upload if you needed to do it that way. Wouldn't recommend that for a template like this because it's something that you're going to be editing, because it wouldn't be editable then if it's in a full photo format. But anyway, that's how you share. Just needed to remember it basically. But so you can see here, shows who the owner is. I've got myself logged in here on my KW. And then, like I said here, or on the pro version, I can also do this. So I can share as for a template. So I think, let's do it one more time. So either way now, he'll have access to it. He can either save it as a template on his own, or he can, now it should just pop up and share with him as a template for him to use. So awesome little function there. Other than that, do we have any other questions before we sign off for today? I know we ran later than usual today since we started slow, but just wanted to make sure that y'all had a good understanding of everything. How are we feeling about Canva? Does it seem more comfortable than earlier? Give me some verbal feedback. I want to hear from y'all.
This was great for me.
Good, good. I'm glad. Definitely want to make sure y'all have plenty of things in your tool belt to be wooing over your clients.
Oh, and I need to get your Facebook page again that you post all this stuff to.
Yes, they're all posted on the YouTube channel.
Well, let me hold on a second. I want to write it down because I keep not finding it.
Okay, I'll pull up in a link as well here. I'll show y'all real quick. It's KW Central 75, and see, I just Googled that, and here popped up all of the videos that I've been doing. So these are some of them that I've been posting over the past week. So when you go to KW Central 75 YouTube, so KW Central 75 will be all one word.
Okay.
You can click on that. And then you can go over to videos. And I've got them all in here. So we started with prep to get paid, and I uploaded these starting a week ago. And we've got everything that we've done in all of these classes up to last Thursday. You can also go to playlists. I'm uploading these into the KW Central Tech playlist as well. So if you want to go through, and you can click through here and do that way as well. If you do want to go the playlist route, you can, but it's just here in videos. And you'll see me in the top right on the little thumbnail.
Okay.
So you'll know that it's me. And then also on the, you'll see real quick, it'll tell you taught by Clark Mundy. I'm putting that on all these as well, in case you Google me, just to have it pull back
Okay.
to my
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
So anyway, y'all can find all the videos. I'm posting these the day of the class. If some life happens, it may be the next day, but I'm doing good about it being the day of. And I'll start sharing these links, because I should probably be doing that, just so that all the agents are realizing, oh yeah, we do have a YouTube channel. I forgot.
Yeah, and I'm loving. How did you? And this is off topic, so
Yeah, what's
if you
up?
want to tell me afterwards, that's fine. But how did you get it to do the KW Central 75 as your name in the taskbar?
This is you talking about right here?
Yeah, because you've got KW Central 75, and mine has my name, but it doesn't have that. It's got like a long number.
I'm not sure. This is actually their, this isn't my account. This is,
Okay.
I'm just looking at it as a public person who looked up this YouTube channel like I wasn't in real estate, like I didn't know what KW was. So I just Googled that. But for this one, Lindsay had created a YouTube page for the office. I mean, y'all have videos going back quite a ways. 2 years
Oh,
ago. Yeah, your first video was 6 years ago for Red Day. So y'all have had a YouTube page with this office for quite a while. It's just now we're utilizing it more with everything being more virtual.
And I'm sure that that's a mask of the youtube.com/user/
Yes, that's what it is. It's because we're on their page right now.
But I'm like, how did you create the mask? I guess is the question. And
I'm not sure. I didn't do anything
off topic.
specific. I literally, on this one, I just Googled. So I'll go back a few. So one forward. So I literally just Googled KW Central 75 YouTube, and then I clicked, and that's just how it popped up for me. So nothing special I did on my end.
Yeah. No, I get that. I'm wanting to figure out how to fix that on my YouTube channel.
Right.
So that I'm not giving people this letters and numbers and hashtags and exclamation
Definitely.
points and asterisks.
Right. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure on how to fix that, but yeah, regardless, this is how you get to the videos.
Okay.
So
No, this is great. I'm going to go watch a couple of these over again.
Cool.
Because I was like, where are they? I didn't mean, but I'd love to figure out how to change the masking on my YouTube channel if anybody's doing that.
And that's honestly something you could probably Google and figure out as well. Just, that's usually how I'm finding my information. And also I always recommend Marty Miller as well. Not Mart, sorry, Marty Miller. If you're wanting quick 5, 10 minute, 15 minute max videos about all these things in command that we've been talking about, Marty Miller, he's out of Houston. He's with KW. Awesome dude.
Okay.
Does these 66-day challenges, does these playlists of them and videos and things.
Okay.
He's done 3 of them now. So he's got over 180 plus command specific videos in here. See, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 8 minutes. This is the way to go if you're looking for just the quick, like you're a high D, like, I don't care about anything, but just give me the information I need, Clark. I recommend y'all go to Marty Miller. If you're wanting to rewatch these classes and you're more on the beginner level, feel free to do that too. It's up to you. Anyway, I will let y'all go. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I'll be teaching on creating zip forms templates. So we've already done templates in DocuSign. Now I want to show y'all zip forms as well, just so y'all are well-rounded and you have both options on your tool belt and you can decide accordingly. I don't swing one way or the other. I usually use DocuSign just because I have, but there's nothing wrong with zip forms either. I know people in my office that prefer zip forms that hate DocuSign from how it was clunky when it started. So really just depends on what y'all are comfortable with and what you prefer. So anyway, I will let y'all go. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will see y'all in 2 days when we're going over zip forms templates. Okay, have a good one.
Thanks, Clark.
Sure thing.